So for today's news, we have some very tragic and unfortunate news, and unfortunately, it immediately followed up with more tragic and unfortunate news on board an MSC ship. Specifically, we are talking about a woman that unfortunately went overboard, and then a fight that ensued shortly after the cruise was concluded. Now, before we get into today's video, I do want to let all of you know that I do have a ton of reviews coming up, as I've just sailed on about 4 different cruise ships. I have a review of the brand new MSC Seascape coming up tomorrow morning, and then I have to backtrack, talk about my transatlantic that I took on board the brand new Carnival Celebration, the second revenue sailing that I took on board the Carnival Celebration, the Margaritaville at sea, and my very short 2-day cruise for the naming ceremony of the world's largest cruise ship, Wonder of the Seas. If you guys want those videos early, you can also subscribe to my Patreon for as low as $2 a month. So just shy of a week ago, we had some unfortunate news of a 36-year-old woman going overboard on board the MSC Meraviglia. Now, I sailed on that ship just about a year and a half ago. Very beautiful ship. And now, unfortunately, just 2 hours later, the woman was found about 18 miles off the coast of Port Canaveral, and she did not survive. She did succumb to the fall and her injuries of being out at sea overboard. The alarm systems did sound on board the ships. Most modern-day cruise ships have what's called an overboard detection system. In the event that somebody does go overboard, they can respond as soon as possible, as well as alert the Coast Guard. And the Coast Guard did aid in the search, but unfortunately it was too late by the time they actually found the woman. Now, on board this ship, they did have, of course, a ton of guests on board, and due to investigations and everything that ensued after, there were a lot of guests that were not happy with the fact that they couldn't disembark immediately off of the MSC Meraviglia. Thus, they got a little rowdy, a little rambunctious, angry, and they ended up causing a fight. Now, when I say fight, it was more so like multiple guests being extremely violent and physical with some of the employees, the crew members on board the MSC Meraviglia. Thankfully, all of them were arrested by Border Patrol and U.S. Customs, but I do gotta say, when stuff like this happens, it's extremely unfortunate. And when it comes to fights, when you have guests that think that they, for some reason, need to get physical with employees or crew members in this particular case that are simply doing their job, I believe there is no room for it. There should be no tolerance for them. Throw the book at them, give them whatever fines and whatever prison time they actually need, because to me, it's disrespectful, it's uncalled for, and it is absolutely not needed. I do understand how people can get on disembarkation day. If you've been on a cruise ship, you know, I mean, I've been one of those people that need to hurry up and hastily get off of the ship. Is that even a word, hastily? Quickly get off of the ship and disembark because of a flight or whatever the case is. But you do also have to be understanding of situations that do take place on board in which people have lost a loved one, and the police need to do their job, U.S. Customs needs to do their job, and well, these things are expected whenever you travel on board a cruise ship for your vacation. Things can possibly happen. This is why you allot and give yourself room in the event as far as things happening whatever your travel plans are after you disembark the ship. Now, of course, I do have the video of the altercation taking place. It's just shy of a minute, about 53 seconds. However, I will not post it here on this channel. I've mentioned to you guys, I want to say within the past month or so, that putting up fight videos does go against YouTube's TOS, their terms of service, in which if you decide to infringe on those rules, you decide to break those rules, they are going to issue strikes. They're going to demonetize your channel, like they have mine on multiple occasions, because I did used to upload fights. I'm trying to somewhat clean up the act for my channel, my business, because this is my way of living. Some of you understand, some of you don't. I really don't care. It is what it is. Go walk the plank. If you want to check out the video, it will be on my Patreon for as low as $2 a month. Shameless plug here, but this is the best way I can optimize my channel and give you guys what it is that you're asking for as far as being able to see that type of content. So check out the Patreon. I also do competitions in which you can earn a free cruise, Disney tickets, stuff of that nature, as well as access to me if you guys want it. So yeah, the link will be for the Patreon in the description box below. Now, the MSC Meraviglia is a very interesting ship. Definitely not my favorite. I've been very transparent about that. But as far as the affordable and inexpensive cruises that they offer, ranging in the ballpark range of $150 up to $300, even for a balcony, they are currently operating all kinds of sailings: 2-day sailings, 4-day sailings, 7-day sailings, 11-day sailings. That way, they are going to hit all types of markets, all types of demographics, all types of people. And naturally, I do know when it comes to the fights, some people are very quick to judge, some people are very quick to be racist and all this other stuff. I do believe that it is a combination of a lot of things that cause people to be disruptive. In this particular case, yes, we had a woman go overboard, and even whether it's the family that was involved, the details haven't been revealed as far as if the people that were very anxious to get off the ship were family of the woman that unfortunately did go overboard and pass away. However, I do know that tensions are typically hot. I have friends that work in dispatch here on land, and the stories that they tell me, a lot of people do believe that when stuff like this happens, that anybody could just snap their fingers, and police and Coast Guard and all these first responders are going to come immediately. It doesn't work that way. So naturally, when things like this happen, you have a lot of people that they aren't exactly thinking logically, and they think that everything can happen at the snap of a finger, and don't really understand the reality and the severity of a situation that is currently taking place. So you have a lot of people that, well, let's be honest, can be selfish, and I don't think it's not a normal thing. A lot of people just want to get home or whatever the case is. But either way, you have people that simply cannot control themselves. And yeah, you could argue that maybe that the price point, you got a lot of people that maybe it's their first vacation, or maybe they're just not used to traveling, not used to cruising. They're not understanding that things can happen even on disembarkation day when the cruise is over. And just like that, they start to be rambunctious, rowdy, and they want to fight. Now, I will end this by saying, regardless if this is the family that unfortunately is dealing with the tragic loss of a loved one, or just some random passengers that needed to get off so they can get on a plane, or maybe hit the casino, or go to South Beach, or whatever the case may be. Wait, I'm thinking Miami. No, the ship is in Port Canaveral. Maybe they want to go to Disney World. I don't know. There is no excuse for them acting this way toward employees that are simply doing their job. So I will say, if they did get arrested, throw the book at them, give them the fines, whatever the case may be, because a lesson does have to be learned by this. Because if something is not set as far as an example, you will see stuff like this happen again, with people thinking that they own the cruise ship and they are the king and queens of the land, and whatever they say goes, and we will start to see what you would call repeat offenders. Maybe not just off of this particular case, but you got a lot of people that just simply don't learn the lesson. But either way, that's what I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, of course, and just know, as always, I love and appreciate every single one of you. Again, I do have a ton of really good, detailed reviews coming up that I think all of you are going to enjoy. Whenever I have been putting up my reviews lately, you guys seem to respond and love them very, very much. They all do over 100,000 views, which is really great. So I'll keep that coming. And I'm trying to get it all done before Christmas so I can spend time with my family. And I still have a lot of travel plans, going to Europe before the year is up. And yeah, there's a lot going on. But again, guys, I appreciate all of you. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy.